Hey 3-1 fam, today we're playing the Lost Block. I checked this developer out. It looks like they've made a bunch of games since like maybe 2022. It seems like they stick to like the story-driven, the narratives, that's the word I'm looking for. If this brain would work, that'd be fantastic. This game looks like a ripoff of Minecraft, and looking at what these other people have done, or what they've done over the years, is they've made like Little Mermaid, Little Red Riding Hood, they've even made rip-offs of other movies and franchises, which is totally fine. So when I bought this, I was like, you know what, let's just see what it looks like. Is it even close to being Minecraft? It looks like you do have some decisions to make throughout the game. It's supposed to be like a family-friendly game. But when I actually open the game up, like I'm listening to this music, I'm like, this actually doesn't sound that bad. So my hopes are up a little bit higher than they probably were when I initially bought this, because I was really just buying this to rip this game. Just because of the fact that, I mean, you've got a creeper in the middle of this city. Like, look at the creeper. It's very comical, and I don't know if they're gonna get like copyright infringement for this, or maybe they're cousins of the Minecraft. I don't know. Maybe this is Phil Spencer's lost uncle from Mulgata. I don't really know. I really don't know. But I am curious to see what this game actually entails. I know I'm going really long on this intro. I do want to say thank you to everyone that takes time out of their day to watch these videos. I know my content sometimes can be kind of weird, but that's because I'm broken. My brain's been broken for years, and I don't know how to fix it. You know, they say that once you eat a lot of paint chips, it's irreversible. So I blame this on my parents and the people that make paint. Okay, it shouldn't make it taste so good. But I do love you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. And let's get to the Lost Block and just see how close this really is to being a Minecraft ripoff. So they're not going to read it out loud, which means you're going to be dependent on me, which is really sad. I do apologize. In a shiny square corner of the world lived a group of friends who loved to build, explore, and get into trouble. The place was called Cubiland. That's very, very original. And even though it looked peaceful, no 2 days were ever the same. Today was a very special day, the village's big party. Oh, look at all the circular balloons, but everything else is square. All the neighbors were decorating, baking pies, and setting up games. There were pig races, hide and seek with jumping chests, and even a build the silliest house contest. And of course, there they were. That looks like they got from Up. That looks like a younger version they got from the Up. Alex, the bravest and most curious of them all. Leo, who always reads the maps, even upside down. And Glup, or is that Glup? I really don't know. I don't know if that's a G or a C. I think it's a G. Their slime friend, squishy, bouncy, and always sticky. That just sounds weird. Alex looks just like, isn't that girl's name Alex on Minecraft? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. Come on, Leo. They said the chocolate cake explodes if you cut it from the left side. What if it's not true? My rulebook says that sounds dangerous. Oh, rulebooks, exactly. That means more fun, does it? Look at this guy. He looks like Flubber. Another ripoff, an old Disney movie Flubber. Plop. Just when Alex was about to hop on a pig for the race, rum. The ground went that sound, and the whole village wobbled like someone shook a giant table. Was that an earthquake? Nothing ever shakes here. Not even jelly. That's so sad. How exciting. Plop. He doesn't say much, does he? There. I saw something shiny. Quick, let's go see. Oh, you're gonna all die. Wait, we should ask Alderico? Or at least bring a rope or a cookie. What is a cookie gonna do? No way. Let's go, Glup, Gloop. And without thinking much like usual, Alex ran towards the forest. Leo sighed, grabbed his map, and ran after her. Glup bounced because that's how slime walks. Okay, what is that? It's not on my map. Not even in the tiny weird things corner. It's a block, but not like any we've seen before. Oh, it's a shiny block. Look how it changes color. Ploop. There in the middle of the forest, glowing like it had a tiny light inside, rested the lost block. No one knew where it came from. No one knew what it did. But one thing was clear. We're not in Kansas anymore. This was the beginning of a great adventure. In Cubiland, days were square, trees were square, and even the cakes were square and yummy, except for the balloons. It's not the same balloons we saw earlier. But one special day each year, everything became even more fun. It was the day of the great Square Village Party. That day, everyone in Cubiland played, laughed, and ate so much cake they felt like stuffed treasure chests about to pop, and our three friends couldn't be more excited. This tower is going to win the contest. It has invisible blocks, a meowing door, and a fountain that shoots milk. Right in your eyes. Are you sure that's allowed? The sign says no floating, yelling, or exploding things. Then this tower has exactly what it needs. Plop Plop jumps off the jelly, bounces, and lands on a trampoline, and goes right through the cracks. While Alex and Leo joined the wacky building contest, others were getting ready for the silliest race of all. Race. I think I said raced. Race doesn't have a T. The bouncy pig race. It's starting. I've got to turn this volume down. This thing is getting loud. Come on, Alex. There's still a pig left. Oh, there's still a pig. I love ham. Perfect. I'll name him Speedy Hooves. That is Steve from Minecraft. Alex climbed into her pig, who gave a little jump and took off running. Is this not like copyright infringement? Glup clapped with his gooey little hands from the stands. The track was like a giant gumdrop. Everyone bounced, laughed, and slipped on the squishy blocks. Right into jail for copying ideas from other people. One pig spun in the air, poor little guy. Another stopped to eat carrots. Pigs don't eat carrots. They don't eat carrots. But Speedy Hooves was like an arrow. I should have brought something to drink for this. I feel like my throat and my whole mouth is dry. Go, Alex. You're always there. Or almost there, sorry. Let's go, Speedy. If we win, you get 3 blocks of cake. Suddenly, a loud rum shook the ground. The track wobbled, tables rattled, and even the balloons dropped a little. Was that an earthquake? My cake danced by itself. Look over there. That was definitely not the party list or on my special map of village weirdness. Is it redoing the whole thing in a different angle? I don't know what's going on. Plop. Something had changed. The ground, the air, even the sounds felt different. And although no one knew it yet, that golden light in the woods was start of a big, big adventure. Leo, we have to see what that was. Now? What if it's dangerous? What if it's a ghost block? It's sucked into a vortex, or a magic block that gives you endless cake. That sounds like a happy time. That sounds worse. Ploop. And so, between bouncing pigs, silly block towers, and a glowing mystery among the trees, a story began, one that would take our friends through jungles, caves, floating castles, and worlds they never knew existed. Oh, it sounds like a great time. After the big tremor at the village party, our 3 friends couldn't sit still. Something weird, really... Hold on a second, let me try that again. Something weird, really weird was happening. And when something is weird, Alex wants to explore it. It's the paint chips talking, lady, walk away. Leo wants to write it down. And Glup, well, Glup wants to touch it. Don't do it, Glup. Do you see it? It's glowing. Like someone hit a star in the forest. I don't like this, look. It looks like a giant bubble. My map pages are shaking. Ploop. They walked through pixel bushes, hopped over a broken log, and past a sleeping bee on a flower. Do bees really sleep on flowers? I don't think they do. What is that? It's amazing. It doesn't look like a normal block. It certainly doesn't. It looks like something from Minecraft. Minecraft. The block was spinning slowly. One moment it looked like stone, then glass, then like water, and then like honey with sprinkles. What is going on? Are you guys tripping? Did you guys eat chemicals? Look, it's changing shapes, like a chameleon block. That can't be real, or is it? Maybe it's in the book of square things that do non-square things. Ploop bouncing really close to the block, gets sucked in. Whoa, did you see that? Yes, and the grass is lifting up. Then the world started to go silly. A dirt cube floated like a balloon. A sheep turned rainbow colors. A flower spun and started singing a catchy tune. I'm a rose who sings all day, even if I've got no words to say. You guys definitely ingested something you weren't supposed to. Did you eat mushrooms? This is wrong. So wrong. Blocks shouldn't do this. You're right, buddy. Or maybe they've always wanted to. Ploop, ploop, ploop. Or ploop, plop, plop. Whatever you want to say there. Back in Cubiland, everything was turning. It's the villagers! It is the villagers, and look at all the Steves over there, and the piggies flying. Oh, this company's gonna get shut down. Was turning squarely strange. Alderico, the wise villager, came out of his library with a scroll stuck to his nose. He doesn't look like anybody from Minecraft at all. Achoo! Where's my book on Achoo? Rebellious blocks. Villagers ran around with no idea what to do. They're like just dancing and swimming in this slime stuff. But Alex had another idea. Leo, we have to do something. That block, it's changing the world. And we don't know if that's good or very, very messy. But we don't have magic tools or books or permission from my grandma. We have Glup. Glup, plop. The mystery of the glowing block was just beginning. And our friends, without knowing it yet, were about to have the funniest, wildest, and brightest adventure ever. Were they really? The block was there, glowing like a glyph. There's no L. Gift from another world. It floated, it spun, and it made a tiny sound like it was laughing. Alex? Don't touch it. I wouldn't touch it, buddy. Please don't touch it. What if it's like a surprise button? I don't know about surprise buttons. I don't think that ever ends well. Maybe something amazing happens, like the world explodes and implodes on itself? Like magic cake. What is with her and cake? What is it with cake with you, lady? Or maybe it's hungry Enderman exploding everywhere. Plop. But Alex wasn't listening. Her eyes were shining brighter than the block. And then, oh, she touched it. Oh, you should have touched it. The sky changed colors. There's a rainbow, and those trees are doing some trippy stuff, man. A rainbow of cubes floated in the air. The grass started dancing. Sorry, I'm making sure something caught my eye over here. Trees spun around. A cow turned pink with wings. Ah, you touched the block. You touched the block, you crazy lady. Look at that cow. It's flying because it's got wings, Leo. It's got wings. It's okay to fly. Moo! I'm scared to death. Yeah, this is amazing. It's really not amazing. This is a ripoff. It's a straight up ripoff. In just seconds, the forest turned into a totally bonkers place. A tree flipped upside down and started walking. A fish swam through the air, blowing square bubbles. A chest started singing opera in a deep voice. I hold your blocks and close with pride. I hold your blocks and close with pride. I had to make sure I read that right. That just doesn't make sense. Plop. This is total madness. I totally agree with you, Leo. I totally agree. Look at my compass. It's spinning like a top. Mine flew away. And it wasn't just the forest. Back in the village, things were going super silly too. My bread talks. It told me to let it nap. These people have been drugged. My bed took me on a walk. That's not normal, people. Leo tried to write everything in his notebook, but the letters danced around. Glup tried to eat a cloud, but the cloud licked him first. Alex, what if this isn't good? What if we're breaking the world? Breaking it? We're making it better. I don't see how. I don't see how. Chickens are walking on two legs and reciting poems. I was just a chicken small, but now I rule them all. Not normal. Definitely not normal. That rhymes and it's terrifying. But then something strange happened. The block glowed even brighter. So bright, Glup had to cover his little eyes. 4 symbols appeared on the ground: earth, ice, fire, and a glowing rainbow one. They blinked like a secret code. Did you see that? That wasn't a joke. It's a clue. It's a clue, Jimmy. It's a map. Plop. And then something fell from the sky. This is telling us something. That you're being tricked. You're being tricked. We have to find something else. Find what? More flying cows? More singing chests? The pieces of this block. Maybe it's not complete. And Alex was right. Without knowing it, she had activated something big. Something that would take them through fire, mountains, ice caves, and whispering forests. Oh boy. And so by touching one mischievous, man, you try saying that word when you're half asleep. Mischievous? Something like that. Block. Alex, Leo, and Glup began their quest to find the missing pieces of the lost block before the world turned into a walking cake. Walking cake? I don't even know if that's a real thing. It doesn't make any sense. After touching the magic block, yes, the one that floats, spins, and makes chests sing, Alex, Leo, and Glup knew they needed help. Who could understand a broken map, magic lights, and flying cows? A drug dealer. Okay, a drug dealer. The answer was obvious. Alderico, the wise villager, the oldest in town, the wisest in town, and the sneeziest too. Achoo. Achoo. Sorry, I was reading myself out loud. Okay, Mr. Alderico, have you ever seen something like this? Leo showed the broken map. The scroll opened by itself like it was alive and glowed when it touched the table. Achoo. Oh. Oh. This is no ordinary map. This is a map program. My program. I'm going to go with my program. It sounds like it makes more sense. A what now? A map that changes and talks when it knows you're ready for adventure. Ploop. Bloop. This block you found, it's not from this world. Not from the overworld, not from the nether. Not even from the land where lost socks go. What are you talking about? We knew it. It's not on any map. And this map shows 4 ancient temples lost long ago. Each one holds a piece of the magic block. If you find them, you might restore balance to Cubilandia. The map glowed and projected floating temples, mixed biomes, and mysterious creatures. Why is everything acting so silly? Why are pigs singing and houses dancing? The block being incomplete, it's out of control. Like a cookie without shape, it's yummy, but all over the place. That doesn't make any sense. Cookies? Whatever. Then we must find the pieces and fix it. Exactly. But it won't be easy. You'll need this. This is a curious compass. It doesn't point north, it points to interesting, weird, and sometimes amazing things. Perfect. We love amazing things. And weird ones too, apparently. Ploop. With the magic map, the curious compass, and loads of excitement, our friends were ready to begin their journey. Remember, little block seekers, where there's something strange, the compass will point the way. Thank you, Alderico. We promise not to sneeze on your books. Achoo. Too late. Alright, so my thoughts is this guy is wearing the same clothes that he had when he went to Woodstock. And that's what's wrong with this game. That guy and what he did in the past. And so with a talking map, a spinning compass, and a cow still floating in the sky, the real quest for the lost block pieces was just about to begin. Oh boy. With the magic map, the curious compass, and a backpack full of pixel snacks, Alex, Leo, and Glup were ready to leave Cubiland and begin their big quest. Ready to find magical temples and super weird blocks? Yeah, though I wish I had a guidebook called How Not to Get Lost in a Magical Adventure. We'll write it ourselves. Plop bouncing in circles around the compass. The villagers waved goodbye with pixel handkerchiefs and square cookies. Even the flying cow dropped confetti from the sky. Where'd he get it from? Was it in his pocket? It was time to say goodbye, Cubiland. The first temple, according to the map, was beyond the mixed forest, a place where all the biomes were jumbled up. Like a block soup with no recipe. Look! On the left, desert sand. And on the right, snow. Plop, plop, plop. In just a few steps, they went from hot to cold, grass to lava, the calm kind, and mountains to caves that smelled like fresh bread. I have never been in a mountain or near a mountain that smelled like fresh bread. The world was no longer acting normal. This path bounces. Look, Leo. Alex jumped and spun in the air. Leo tried to walk carefully, but the floor launched him sky high. Ah, this isn't walking. It's flying. Plop. You don't say much, buddy. They laughed so hard they forgot all about singing chess and sheep that spoke English. It was like walking through a dream made of silly blocks. Is this on the map? Nope. But the compass is spinning like crazy. That means something interesting is nearby. They stepped closer to the giant mushroom and discovered it was a house. Ah, bouncing visitors. Come in, come in. If you see a house that looks like a mushroom and it tells you to come in, run the other way. Run the other way. I've got blocks and tea. Oh, I don't think so, buddy. That dude is a psycho. That looks like, oh my gosh, Uncle Rick. Was it Rick from Rick and Marty? Are you Rick? Inside a tiny villager was with huge glasses, a patched wool robe, and springy boots stood smiling. I'm Chispon, inventor of things that don't exist until I invent them. A curious compass. Yep. I helped Alderico calibrate it using cake magic. Cake magic? What is it with this game and cake? Sure. It only works if you carry something sweet in your pocket. Got cookies? Glup pulled a cookie from the backpack. Of course, it was a bit gooey. Plop. The compass glowed even brighter. Can you tell us how to reach the first temple? Of course, but not this way. The usual path is full of snoring cubes. Take this one instead. And so, with a new map that went pop, pop, pop every few steps, the friends continued their path, now heading straight toward the first temple. With giggles in their pockets, gooey cookies, and a compass that spun like a merry-go-round, Alex, Leo, and Glup took their very first step away from the village, towards the unknown. The adventure had begun. The adventure. After saying goodbye to the inventor Chispon and following the bubble map, Alex, Leo, and Glup arrived at a place that looked like a weird dream. Or a very confused Minecraft server. Oh, you used Minecraft in your... What is going on? Is this not illegal? I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Yep, snow on cactus, lava under ice, and is that a cow with leaves on its head? Ploop! They had entered the mixed forest where all the biomes were shuffled like a deck of cards. There was a lava river next to the wheat fields. A jungle tree had nether flowers, and the sheep. They wore snow boots. Look at this. There are ice blocks in the treetops. It's like a snowy jungle. My compass is spinning so much it got dizzy. I think it sneezed redstone dust. Plop. The path wasn't easy. They had to dodge honey puddles, jump on melting blocks, and avoid yelling near the cactus. They got offended, and spiked the ground. Whatever. I think this biome was built by a player who really needed a nap, or by someone who just wanted to have fun. Let's go. They jumped from block to block as the compass pointed towards a mountain floating over grass from the end. And then something jumped in front of them. A strange animal appeared. It looked like a mix between a rabbit, turtle, and a fox. It had big ears, a square shell, and a fluffy tail that changed colors. Ping, ping, ping. Plop. What is that? I don't know, but I want one. The creature leaped, spun, and disappeared into a hole between the rocks. But it left behind a trail of floating golden blocks. Oh, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It probably has upset stomach. Is that a clue? Yes. Let's follow it. They followed the golden trail, dodging dancing tree roots and stepping on rocks that clapped if you stepped in the center. They found a cave hidden between moss and frozen bamboo. The compass started slowing down like it was reaching its goal. The compass, it's calming down. I think we're close. Then this must be the right path. Ploop, nervously blowing bubbles at the cave. In front of them stood the entrance to the first temple, the Temple of Broken Earth, a place full of puzzles, talking blocks, and a guardian that hadn't laughed in centuries. We found it. We found it. It's the temple. What do we do now? We go in, of course. Already? Without reading instructions? Without checking for lava? Without asking an adult? Exactly. Live life on the edge. You only have one life. That's the worst saying ever. Plop. And so, with backpacks full of energy, feet muddy and sticky with honey, and hearts pounding with excitement, our friends were about to enter the first temple and face their very first big challenge. Before entering the Temple of Broken Earth, Alex, Leo, and Glup found a village like no other. Everything is tilted. The houses, the trees, even that chicken rolling down the hill. Cluck, cluck, cluck. This is awesome. A diagonal village. Diagonal? I think I said that correctly. It's too late, I've went too far. I want a house like this. Plop. The tilted village was a place where nothing stood straight. Crops grew at an angle, paths were slippery ramps, and footsteps had stairs to climb from underneath. Rooftops. I don't know what I just said. One house spun slowly like a square windmill. From inside came a villager with huge round glasses, redstone gloves, and a helmet with blinking lights. Ah, visitors with no balance. Come in, come in. Not everything here is as tilted as it looks. His name was Rumbaldo, the village inventor, famous for building things that spun, floated, and made a strange sound. Like his musical chair that played Happy Birthday when you sat down. You live here without getting dizzy? Of course. If you're dizzy, it means your feet aren't thinking at the same angle as your head. Okay, I love it. Do you have a bed that bounces? I have one that sings lullabies if you bounce really high. Rumbaldo offered them jungle ice cactus juice, very bubbly and refreshing, and while they sipped, he looked at the magic map and the curious compass. I see you're heading to the Temple of Broken Earth. Ah, ancient place, crunchy floors, and terrible redstone signal. Do you know how to get in? Is it dangerous? It's not dangerous if you know how to listen. The temple speaks in a very quiet voice, so we have to talk to the blocks. Exactly, but not with your mouth, with your feet, your eyes, and your brain. Plop. Blows bubbles shaped like a question mark. Oh, you're clever. Rumbaldo gave them something very special, a kind of earth antenna made of vines, stones, and magic seeds. You wore it like a headband, and a little leaf twitched in the air like it could smell the blocks. This headband is called the Earth Listen. I almost said listen. What is wrong with me? It fills blocks that are sad, sleepy, or scrambled. It'll tell you if you step on something important or something you really shouldn't. It's like having ears on your feet. That sounds weirdly useful. He also showed them a secret mini-map inside his rotating house, pointing to a hidden path under forest roots. A secret entrance to the temple that only showed up if you looked upside down. They stepped on a spinning block and slid down a secret ramp behind Rumbaldo's house. At the end, a giant goblin's mouth carved in stone. Remember, if the block doesn't answer, dance. And if you fall, laugh. The temple loves fun. Thanks, Rumbaldo. We're gonna have fun and save the world. That sounds dangerous, but also kind of exciting. Plop. With the Earth Listen, a new secret map, and lots of spinning advice, our friends were finally ready to enter the temple. The world was acting weird. The block was still glowing somewhere, and the first temple was waiting. With puzzles, riddles, and maybe a giant stone with a contagious laugh. After leaving the tilted village with the Earth Listen on her head, Alex, Leo, and Glup followed Rumbaldo's secret path. And then they reached a giant canyon. That's lava. A lot of it, too much. Boiling lava with bubbles that are staring at us. And that must be the bridge to the temple. Or what's left of it. Plop. In front of them, the lava stone bridge, built thousands of blocks ago by ancient builders and forgotten by all except the lava still bubbling with joy. The bridge was cracked, spinning and floating in pieces. Far ahead, a stone door shimmered with temple symbols. Is that supposed to be a bridge or a trap for brave people? It's a challenge, and I love challenges. You also love falling out of trees. That doesn't count. Then the Earth Listen, the magical vine headband started to vibrate on Alex's head, and a soft voice like stone whispering to the wind spoke. Only the one who moves without fear will be welcomed. That sounded kind of creepy, didn't it? Plop. Alex stepped into the first block of the bridge, and it glowed. Each block lit up when touched, but some spun, some vanished, and one even sneezed out a puff of steam. It's like a jumping mini game, or a recipe to give me a panic attack. They jumped, calculated, and worked as a team. Alex ran ahead, calling out safe blocks. Leo wrote down the ones that disappeared. And Glup, well, Glup bounced between the gaps like a jelly balloon. Look at him go. One block crumbled and Leo was left hanging. Glup stretched like goo and pushed him back to safety. Thank you, Glup. You're a gooey hero. Plop. Just when they thought they had crossed the worst, the bridge vanished behind them. There's no way back. I don't want to go back. Let's keep going. They finally reached a wide stone platform. An altar stood there lined with glowing stones. In the center of Gollum's smiling face carved into the ground, they had crossed the bridge together. With courage, jumps, screams, and a lot of Glup slime. Now this is it. The temple gate. What if the temple has more bridges? Then we bring more Glup. Plop plop. Plop plop. In front of the door, the map glowed. The compass stopped spinning. Everything went quiet. And then the stone spoke again. The first has arrived. Let the Guardian's trial begin. Alright, 3-1 fam. This is where I'm going to stop. This game actually is just a giant storybook. It's not bad. I do think it's comical that they ripped everything off of Minecraft. I will continue to do this if you want me to. Leave some comments if this is something you want me to continue. If not, then it will go off into the beyond and never be heard of again. Never heard of again. But I do love you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. God bless. To God be the glory. And until next time.